Yeah, this to my little baby. I love waking up next to her. Ain't no better feeling in this world, you heard me?
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, babe.
Good morning.
I love you too.
To you. Good morning. Good morning.
That's the person that you want to choose to put your lips on.
Nah. Listen, I'm talking about it was like a race too. It was like, okay, whew. And it's still yucky outside. Let's see. I think it's gonna rain like all day.
Did you roll down them leggings yet? Did you roll them down like a toboggan?
Child, I ain't rolled down no leggings, jerk, but
Did you take off those leggings yet?
but I did. I have on I got on pajamas.
The Christmas pajamas, because you know you still got your Christmas tree up.
My Christmas tree is not up. It is. All of my decorations are put away neatly, sir.
Oh, okay.
Bam.
Okay.
Bam.
You sound like you feeling good. Did you get you some sea moss today?
I did. I made me some ginger peach tea, green tea with sea moss.
Okay.
And yeah.
That's why you feeling good then. That's why you feeling good.
I went. Mhm.
Nah, I was just talking to an older lady, right? And she was saying some of the stuff that you was talking about how her husband cheat, but she like he wasn't throwaway. You did, but she said when she cheated up though. You know what I mean? They eventually got back together or whatnot. But she was just like, I had to look at. He was a damn good father, damn good provider. She said he was a shitty husband. But she like, shit, I kept the nigga around. We've been married 38 years, you dig? And I was telling like my people think something like that. You dig what I'm saying? So she was real adamant, and she was talking about these girls and they pHs being off. Then she told a little story. Her daughter, you know what I mean? They come from money or whatever. So a Porsche poured up behind her and paid for her gas. And her daughter called her mom and was like, oh my gosh, man, this guy just paid for my gas. Basically like, this is disrespectful. I got my own money. So she told the man at the register, take off his money and I'm paying for my own. Said the man called her a bitch.
Thing.
Huh?
That's dumb.
Yeah, I mean, so go ahead.
Don't turn down no money. Turn down no tank of gas. Say you say thank you. Learn how to say thank you and move on. You don't have to give them none. You just say thank you
and that's what she was talking about, how to deal with people and not have to give them none. And you know what I mean? We just speaking on how the generation was lost. Like, yo, you know what I mean? And she's like, I want to write a book. I'm like, that's dope. You can help me out write mine because, you know, I'm already starting mine. And just how they lost. I said, but listen, I just do this for good content, just to have people call in and talk, you know what I mean? Because it just make good content for them to be combative. It's really no helping them. It's really no saving them. Like, they're contaminated. It's kind of like, you know, when you at a warehouse and you got to pick through the good and the bad. Sometimes you get, all of them need to be recalled. It's just a whole bad bunch of bitches out here. They just need to be recalled. You dig what I'm saying? It is no saving them. They're not going to change their mindset. They're not going to change their thought process or how they think or anything like that. So I say they're a lost cause in my opinion. Like, you only, and then don't have no kids with them because they're going to make your life hell.
Nothing can be, I don't think you can consider them lost cause. It's just a matter of, you have to change people's perception to change their reality. When they understand, that's why I say you got to try to make people understand.
You can't make nobody understand who don't want to understand.
You can't say that a sixth grader is a lost cause because a lot of people are different. Especially even adults. You're a different man at 40.
39, shawty, don't get it twisted. I'm 39, little baby. Don't add no extra tax on here. You know I'm tax exempt.
At 40 than you were even at 32.
But I was on the right path at 32. I wasn't. This is just a build up.
Where you are now. Okay, let's say at 21. What were you doing at 21?
Getting out the streets.
Or at 18.
18, I was head first into the streets, running up a big old bag,
So
terrorizing the neighborhood. But listen, it's 25 and
18,
under. It's 25 and under. The bitches that's over 25 are done.
can't say that. It's some people, everybody, just because somebody can say that everybody is formed because, you know, elementary years are your formative years.
Facts.
So people trying to put their children in private school and high school, but you can't say that they're a lost cause because people are still growing and evolving. Now,
Listen.
you may have certain fundamentals in your formative years. That is when I buckled down on my child in his formative years. He went to private school in his formative years. And I made sure he knew how to learn because you learn how to learn at that age.
Bars. Say
It
that
doesn't
again.
matter.
Them was some bars right there. Big bars. You learn how to
No,
learn.
they're only in school. They're teaching you how to learn. When he was at his private school, you know how they're trying to come up with new math and all this. So they say, okay, what's 3 times 2?
But listen,
Okay,
hold on, because you going on the rabbit hole. But check out the women though. You're talking about women. Let's just use a real number that's out here. Like I meet a lot of girls that's between 35 and they would say 32, between 32 and 35, right? They already think a certain way. What is the likelihood of changing their thinking if they think they winning? This is the issue. They think they're winning. How can you change someone's attitude to think that they're winning? Again, we just talked about cruise ships. You can't spin a cruise ship around real quick like you spin a speedboat. Kids are like speedboats. You can change their thinking quick. But an adult is set in their ways. They come with all this baggage. They don't want to think different. They already think that being independent, you could be independent in a relationship. I'm not saying 100% of them. I'm saying out of the 80% of women that are contaminated, 70% of them are done for. There's no helping 70% of the 80 that's contaminated. There's nothing that you can do about it. Like you got to think about products. Some shit have to be thrown away.
Hold on 1 second. Hold it off.
Yeah, man, we here on the Ugly Truth, man. Talking to Medina, trapping hard, going hard. You dig what I'm saying? So we're gonna give y'all some just information on relationships, what we think about. You can look at your results and tell you what you think about, how you're thinking. If you're thinking is thinking, if you're thinking is winning. If you're winning, you're winning. If you're not winning, you're not winning. And we're gonna give y'all some game on some rehab. How to run up a quick 100 a month, real easy. It's hard work though, but it's easy work. You dig what I'm saying? We basically just talking about relationships today, man, and how it's supposed to be. Yeah, so she back on. Go ahead, finish your thoughts.
No, I was just saying that you can't ever. That's just like saying that for the lady who you were talking about, the older lady. It's just like saying she should just throw the whole husband away because he's grown, he's an adult, and you should throw the whole marriage away because we are who we are. And no, people grow and learn every day. You can't throw somebody away because they're a certain age. That experiences are teachers. So whatever age you have certain experience, that's when you learn it. So you can't say because somebody is this age that they're just completely warped. She had a certain way of thinking as a husband in that marriage. But with certain experiences and certain things that you learn and certain growth, then some of those things might get adjusted.
Listen,
and
you
then
talking
the
10 years, bro. Like, these girls don't have the time that you're saying they're it's going to take them years upon years, bro. By the time they change their thinking, they're going to be 40 years old. What nigga want an old 40-year-old chick and just completely take care of her for what they want? They want a nigga to take care of them, look out for them, for them to change their thinking. Like, you got to be realistic, bro. They're a lost cause. Like, there's no point. Like, niggas need to even quit sleeping with them. Like, they don't even deserve to get dick. Like, they shouldn't even be able to have sex at this point. It's so trash. Like, we know they trash. They know they trash. 2 and 3 kids, 2 and 3 baby daddies, and they thinking that they dimes. Sweetheart, you're not a dime. You got 3. And this is the thing. Your history proves who you are. If a nigga say he a drug dealer and he has no history of money, no history of having no nice cars, no nice things, ain't able to bond out, bro, you might want to do something different. If your history proves you'd have had 3 niggas and gave them the best honor there is in life, which is give them a kid, and you can't get along with either 3 of them fathers, what does that say about that person? She's going to change? Do you know how hard it is to change? To grow, yeah, but to change your thinking and you think you win it and you think something wrong with the opposite sex, That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the people who there's a chance for, the people who are feminine, the people who are the young ladies who are not so combative. Yeah, there's hope. I'm not saying the whole black race is to throw every black woman away. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the strong black independent boss bitches, you could throw them bitches away.
Um,
You disagree?
I mean, yeah, I understand what you're saying, yet I do disagree. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's perfect. Now y'all can see she disagrees. The results say 80% of women are single. Only 30%, only 1 in 4 of them will get married. 30% of the black community is married right now. That means 70% of the black community is not married. So she can disagree, but that's disagreeing with facts. They're not changing. We're better off just dealing with the females that's 25 and under. You dig what I'm saying? Now, the grace period is between 25 and 30. You may have a few of them there. After them bitches is 30, they set in their ways. They gonna be who they is. They have a mindset of what kind of guy that they want. And the nigga that they looking for, he does not exist. They're looking for this unicorn of a nigga that they've never seen nobody in their family with. The nigga that they looking for, they never seen nobody of them with. You know why? The nigga they looking for is them. They got their own house, their own car, their own job, this, that, and the third, and they want somebody to treat them the way that they treat themselves. You dig what I'm saying? They're their nigga. So y'all should just be like Maya and marry yourselves. You dig what I'm saying? It's a lost cause. They're not. You can ask 10 females what work has they really put in. If they didn't go to college, what work have you put in for high school to work on yourself? Then the women who did go to college, what work have you put in to make yourself a better you? Fuck being great for somebody else. What did you do to make you a better you? Let's ask you, what have you done to make you a better you since school? Concrete stuff.
Like, what do you mean exactly?
For a relationship, did you learn how to better cook? Did you learn any new sex moves? Did you learn how to be more feminine, more? And we know now that you're not as combative. You did because you would just let shit go. You're a nigga to death. So, what did you learn?
I mean, it wasn't in my nature to be combative. Even then, I've always been a person who I believe I might have been too laid back. I believe in letting people do what they want to do. I don't want you to do anything for me that you don't want to do. But that has changed because sometimes we have to do things we don't want to do. So I require a lot more out of other people. And I learned how to say what I want. I've always had every day, my walk, I listen to myself, which is my spirit, which is God speaking to me. So that's what I learned how to do and stop trying to be in control of everything.
See, that's growth.
So
that's
me
growth.
listening to myself is me being, the only thing I can control is me. So I control how I respond to the situation. So instead of trying to control a man and make him do whatever, I just control me and what I want to do. So he's free to go do whatever. I'll tell you that any day of the week to do whatever you want to do. Just know that I'm going to respond I determine how I'm going to respond. And a lot of times men do things to manipulate women.
Oh boy, what do men do to manipulate? Hold on, let's do this. I'm glad you spoke on that. What is manipulation to you?
Manipulation is they spoon feed certain information, and a lot of times they gaslight. Where in instances where they know that certain things are innocent, they'll plant seeds and they'll move in such a way to inspire distrust, just so they can say, "Gotcha, see, bitch, I wasn't even doing this," like just to be spiteful, to take the attention off, so that the next time when they are being deceptive, she's like, "Okay, I don't want to be embarrassed and say and ask him about it." So instead of inspiring trust and being trustworthy, they gaslight and play mind games. You've done it.
Shit, don't say I done it. Hold on, let's get the real definition. Then let's see if I done it. Handle or control, typically in a skillful manner. Control or influence a person in a situation cleverly, unfairly, or I don't even know what this word is. Unscrupulous.
Unscrupulously.
Unscrupulously. What's unscrupulously? Let's look that up. So they control or influence a person basically cleverly, but in other words, say unfairly, unscrupulously. Let's see what that means.
Exactly. You're not being honest. You're being sneaky, basically. Basically, you playing out. Like I said, you're mind fucking somebody. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. Like, even you sitting here trying to break it down into Webster's definition is a part of that.
Man, get out of here. To be clear is to be manipulative. To be clear is to be manipulative.
No, I'm saying that. Let me rephrase that.
Okay, so
you know what goes. You know how to approach situations to get your desired outcome, whether it includes you being dishonest or not.
Well, we know I don't do dishonest shit.
You out of it. I'm
no, leave me in it. We doing it about me. We doing it about me. Leave me in it because you deal on a day-to-day with me for the last 6 months or more. You've done with me. You've dealt with me damn near every single day. We've had a conversation. So you see how I move, business ethic principles. Before you answer that, hold on. It says unscrupulously or unscrupulous, whatever the word is. Let me.
Unscrupulously.
Unscrupulous. Having or showing no moral principles, not honest or fair. Okay. So that's terrible. So having no morals, no principles, not being honest or being fair. So you can say I use those things to get my way?
No. I'm not saying you have a lack of morals or are not honest. And fair is relative. Okay? So that's kind of where we get lost in the sauce as people in relationships, because you know how you have one of my pet peeves is for grown-ups to say that something isn't fair.
Facts.
Like, you know, if you're in a workplace, oh, that's not fair. Oh, shut up. You know what I mean?
Used where I've been manipulative at. Now, I'm a great salesman. I'm clever. You dig what I'm saying? I make people have the ability to see things the way that I see it to get my way, but I don't be dishonest about nothing, whether it's having sex with a woman, doing a business deal. I just make it seem like it's in their favor and show them that this is great. Like, hey, look, this is this, and this is the deal. I don't manipulate nobody. I don't do dishonest principles or be unfair with nobody. Everybody I deal with gets something out the deal.
Okay, but, you know, we've had this conversation. Let's remove you in the way you operate out of this conversation, because you said several times you don't have a dog in the fight that you're fighting most of the time.
Yeah,
right?
so hold on, let me tell them. So what she talking about is I don't have a dog in the fight of not being able to get women and being these bum ass niggas that all the women say ain't no good, you know. So they think I'm an anomaly to all of the other shit because I believe on standing on business, I believe in providing, I believe in protecting, and I believe in having a vision for myself and my family, and she'll be incorporated. So she don't think I got a dog in the fight, but I really want to hear manipulative, because that ain't the first time I've heard somebody say that they think I be manipulative, or do they just get finessed? You dig what I'm saying? Like, do they feel like they get finessed? Like, okay, do this, and this, and I'm going to give you this. And the reason why they feel finessed is because I may say, I'm finna get you 30,000. They look up and I'd have made $1 million. They feel like, oh, well, I didn't manipulate you. I said, you're going to get 30,000. I didn't say how much I was going to make. If you agreed to that deal, then that's cool. That's what I feel like. Like, if a nigga come right now and give me $1 million deal.
People have to keep their money in their eyes on their own paper.
But so that's when people feel manipulated. That's where you get all of the people who go back to the record label and be mad, like, oh, y'all making all this money off of me, but y'all agreed and signed up for this. When I agreed, when I was in the streets and whatever kind of unit I got, that I bought for whatever price, because I never been fronted a day in my life. Whatever I bought, I agreed to that. And another thing I agreed to is not to tell where I got it from, regardless of the circumstances or the consequences. So I don't feel what I do is manipulative. I feel what I am is a great negotiator who's able to help people see it a different way and show them what they're getting versus what I'm getting. Because what happens is people will look and be like, oh, well, you're getting the big end of the stick and I'm getting the little. Well, if you have no stick,
It's not
hold
a
on.
end of the stick.
But that's what I'm saying. If you have no stick and I'm offering you a piece of a stick, why would you be mad that I have multiple sticks already? Now they want to come and renegotiate the deal because they feel like they're getting finesse. Oh, you manipulated me. I think manipulation is what you said. You're basically lying to a person for your favor. I don't think I sit around and lie to someone for their favor to get what I want out of them. I'll show them what I can do and how it works in their favor. But it's not like, oh, I'm going to give you X, Y, and Z, and it never comes to fruition once it's supposed to. So you can remove me and just tell me how you've been manipulated before, because I don't feel like I'm a manipulator. Finesse might be a better word.
I feel like I've had manipulation is, to me, when people put forth all of these things and all of these ways that they maybe even want to be, but they're not, to loop somebody in. And then, you play on the fact that, not you necessarily, but men will play on the fact that women are emotional creatures. And once they get attached, then you got them. And then, okay, whew, ain't got to do that shit no more. You manipulated it to where, okay, now she is here and she's going to do what I say no matter whether she likes it or not. So I don't care anymore whether she likes it. But you care whether she likes it or not when you're trying to get her. And like I said, I can't say that I've never been in a romantic relationship with you. So I can't really speak on that. I can speak on what I've seen from other people and what I've experienced.
True. So yeah, I ain't manipulative at all. I mean, I'm doing the numbers right now on the money that we've made together. That's 87. So let me see, 69 plus 87. 69 plus 87 plus 86. So you've been with me, and we ain't closed on. We close on the deal tomorrow. I think it's 87 racks. I think that I get. That's $242,000 over these last 3 deals, and out of the $242,000, I want to say, let me see, 242. I want to say damn near 190, damn near 200,000 is profit, right? Because the other ones I got to put up. You come on in, Ms. Don. So the other ones I got to put up. Let's just say $200,000 off 3 houses, right? Have I manipulated you in any way or being dishonest in any way since we've been doing business? That's Brittany Trail. That's they want you to sit over here. Brittany Trail, that's Wood Green and Colgate, basically those 3. Has there been any manipulation on any of that?
So that's we have a very clear cut work relationship. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not talking about that. And like I said to remove yourself from that, because I can't say that you've done that because I haven't seen that.
Well, shout out to you. As y'all heard, 200 racks in 3 deals. You dig what I'm saying? If y'all need a realtor, Medina. What's your social media? Tell them your social media that they can follow you so they can get a crib.
Medina_D THEE Realtor.
All right, real quick, we got Miss Don in the building, 61, been married 38 years. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Miss Don.
Yes, my name is Dawn Johnson, and I'm 61. I've been married 38 years to the same guy, and I'm just here to tell a little bit about how you do it, how you can stay married that long and still not kill each other.
Now, Medina is on the phone, Miss Don. She's my realtor, also a good friend with me. She shares some of the same thoughts that you had.
Oh,
if
good.
you feel like you want to share the story of why you stayed with your husband, which some of these ladies need to understand, not just throw everything away. If you want to share, whatever parts of the story you feel is good for the public to know, just share the story how y'all stayed together real quick. And, you can start with the gold digging part or whatever part you want to start with. And you know, how I got a little rocky and why you stayed.
Okay. So I was born in 1960. My dad has been a doctor my whole life. And when you're privileged to, you know, live in a big house, you know, you have all the finer things in life, you really don't want to start from the bottom when you get out on your own. Because while you're under your family's care, your parents' care, you know, you live in a certain way. And so then when I turned 18, I wasn't about to start at the bottom and, you know, and go. So I just decided that I would keep the same style of living. And in order to do that, back in the day, we were called gold diggers. But it wasn't a bad term, it was a good term. Because what we are is ladies of leisure, and we want to be taken care of. So I would, you know, that's how right. And because I didn't feel like working, you know what I'm saying? I knew that I'm a girly girl, so I need my door opened. I need, you know, if there's a puddle, I would like to step on the coat to get to wherever I have to get to. And we had chivalry, and that's the other thing that's lost nowadays. But I think
Who killed that, Miss Dunn? Who
the
killed
women,
chivalry?
the women trying to be independent. Let me tell you something. I'm very independent, but my man pays all my bills. There's nothing wrong with that. And I think that in today's generation, they got it all twisted. Gold digging is not finessing. It's not scamming a man to say this is your baby and it's really not. It's none of those things. I was a lady of leisure who just didn't want to, I didn't feel like I had to work. I did everything at home. When he got home from work, he had a big plate with his food fixed. You know, he had his bath. He had whatever he needed. If he wanted a massage, if he wanted the time of his life in the bed, because I'd also have to be a hoe in the sheets. Okay,
yes.
Not in the streets, but in the sheets. Like I said, I'm 61. I've only been with 5 men in my whole life. There are some girls out here in today's generation been with 5 in an hour. You know what I'm saying? It's really sad. It really is. But anyway, so what you have to do, you have to weigh your options. I looked at my husband and I was like, you know what? He really wasn't what I would have gone out to get at first, but I saw his potentials. I saw he had potentials.
Let me interject. Where was he at already? Was he a bum? Did he not have a job?
No, he was young. So my husband is 5 years younger than me. That's the first thing. So he's 5 years younger. He was in the military. He just done his what's it called? Captain's training or whatever, where they send him off to captain school. So he had just finished that. He had come back, and he was a charmer. That's what he was, really. He was a charmer, okay? Now, if you ask him, he's going to say he was a bad boy. And he's going to say, oh, women want bad boys. No, we don't. It's all right to be a bad boy from time to time. But to just keep that, you know, that same, no. A bad boy can say, I'm sorry once in a while. A bad boy can hold the door. You know, it doesn't have to be all bad boy, you know.
So the bad boy part make y'all feel protected, though, right?
Yeah. You got to have a little gangster. He's got to have, because he does. I trust him with, like, if we're gonna have a purge or anything, my husband, everyone better come with me, because he's gonna take care of He's gonna protect us for sure.
So tell us the part, like, it got a little rocky and you chose not to leave. You said it publicly, like, nigga cheated, but you weighed your options.
He cheated. And what I did was, I was like, okay, it's not the end of the earth, okay? What the problem is with cheating is that we have the wrong, people make us think that, oh, he cheated on you because of you. No, he didn't.
Facts.
He cheated on you because he's got a problem. He has an issue. And with that being said, we work through the issue. When I saw that Sandra Bullock got cheated on, Beyonce, now if anyone can cheat on Bey, who am I to not to be cheated on? You know what I'm saying? Because the sickness is in the men. So
I disagree, but keep going. I think God created us to be with multiple women.
Well, yes, he did. He did. God, let me tell you something. I think it was King James that took away the multiple women on his version. He wanted all the fair maidens for himself.
Facts.
Yes, and so
I feel like you should have many women that you could take care of.
That's right.
And that
but treat them all the same. See, you can't have a favorite. You can't have, she's over this, because then you're going to have a lot of problems in that house. But if you have us all as the same, like this woman, you got her because she can cook. You got this one because she can have babies and this one can't. You have her because she's good out in the field. You have her because, she does the best massages. If you have a different woman to play the different roles, then everyone will get along. The children get along. Back in biblical times, everyone got along.
But they also had different households, so everyone wasn't living in the same house.
They weren't living in the same house.
He was able to have them. The thing about it is, each individual woman felt like they was the favorite, which they should have, but they didn't. It didn't affect. I don't think it affected the rest of them.
Yeah, but I don't think they felt that anyone was above them. I think that they felt, because everyone had their own day
lane.
with him.
Okay.
So like Monday might have been my day, Tuesday might have been Joanne's day.
Right.
So we all had our own time, and with having that own time, we could share him equally.
Facts.
Yeah. But anyway, so King James took that away, and I think that with that being said, then yes, men, there's an issue there, and it's nothing towards us.
Thank you. I need you to say that, because I tell women, and I've had the most beautiful women.
It has nothing to do with the woman. And I'm going to tell you from my own story. At first, I thought it was. I thought it was me. Oh my God, how could he cheat on me? What am I not doing? What am I not? So I started picking myself apart. And I picked myself apart to the point, which I'm going to tell this story later, but to the point where I went into a deep, dark depression. And I'll tell you about that another time. But so once I realized, and the part that helped me was Steve Harvey's book, Act Like a Lady.
We don't support Steve Harvey on this show, though, but go ahead and tell your story.
Okay, but guess what? That book helped me. That book, Act Like a Lady and Think Like a Man, that book helped me. And my husband doesn't like Steve Harvey because he says Steve Harvey told all the secrets of a man.
I'm cool with that. I'm just on the part where these women are acting like men now, because if you think like a man, it's innately in some of them to start acting like a man.
Stop. We are not men. We don't have penises, so we cannot be a man. All right. And to think like one, I think like one in the situations that I need to think like one.
Should it be think like a man, or should it be understand and think what's inside of a man's head so that you can understand him? I think that's more of a better quotation, to be inside of a man's head to understand what he's thinking.
Yes.
Because if you think like a man, whatever you think, you become.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
And you pick up the masculine energy. That's what I'm saying. I think so that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, don't take on the masculine energy. Yeah. Don't think like a man and started carrying his ways. Think what's inside of a man's head so you can understand him to be able to better serve or get along with him.
Yes. I used to ask, I used to pray to God and say, could I just be a man just for one 24-hour period?
It's amazing.
And that was just to understand. See, I don't know what it's like to have the wind blow and my little stuff gets hard. I don't know what that's like, because ours is inside, and we have so much discipline when it comes to that. Like, you could be flirting with me, but if I know my husband, I'm not even going to flirt back with you. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what I got. So, but with men, because it's not that same way for them, they're going to flirt with everybody. Anyone that comes along, so they can pop their collar.
Anybody that we want to smash.
Right.
Anybody that's smashable, we'll flirt with.
But guess what? I know a man who'll do anybody. Okay?
I mean, there's some men out there. But 21 Savage said some of the realest things that nobody picked up on his interview with $1 Million Worth of Gang. He said the difference between men and women cheating is, when you sleep with a woman, you conquer her. And when a woman cheats, she's getting conquered and she's putting the kingdom at risk, because now it's not likely that a woman is not going to cheat and not give you the drop on the man, meaning let you know what's going on. So the girls that I've cheated with, they've told me when their dudes are at home, when they're not. If that's my enemy, I now got the drop on him. That's the difference. When I go cheat with a girl, I'm not putting the kingdom at risk. Ain't nothing that she could do. Yeah, she could maybe get crazy and act stupid, but we could get rid of her. But I can actually kill this nigga. If I go get with this girl and I get the drop on him, okay, he's not gonna be at home because I'm finna go sleep with her. Well, where he at? Oh, he at the barbershop with my son, taking him to get a haircut. Now we know we could blow his brains out at the barbershop, and now the kingdom is at risk. Now I take her everything that he got because everything left to her. That's the difference between men and women cheating. Y'all make us more vulnerable to the outside influences that are already hating on us. When we go cheat, it's just y'all feelings might get involved. Like, oh, like you said, oh, well, I'm internalizing. What am I doing wrong? When I tell every girl it's nothing that you're doing wrong, we don't know what it's called that's inside of us that make us sleep with all these different women all the time, but we just like it.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? There are consequences for sleeping with too many women. You dig what I'm saying? And there's no understanding. If you sleeping with women and they think it's more than what it is, they'll act up. But really, they can't take the kingdom down, so to speak, if he haven't gave up too much information on himself.
Well, she'll leave the kingdom. And that's where women have to think about, what are you doing? Like,
What she
like with
meant,
me.
she's speaking on, let me help him understand. What she's speaking on is women actually leaving the kingdom because someone cheated. The queen denouncing her throne. But go ahead and speak on.
So what we have to remember is it's the man with the issue. So therefore, you weigh it. You weigh it. If he's a damn good provider and a damn good father, and all he does is cheat, well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. You know what I'm saying? Those are good odds. Nobody has a perfect relationship. So that's what I picked with my husband. He was a cheater, and but I could deal with it because guess what? He never had anyone prettier than me. He never had anyone better than me. He couldn't get. I was his top of the pick, top pick. He couldn't get anyone better than me. So therefore, that's when I knew he had an issue, and I actually felt sorry for him, And I was like, look, let me tell you something. I'm 5 years older than you. I said, and I understand that, what's it say? Sow your oats. I said, I understand that. I said, so what we're going to do is, I said, as long as you don't bring no babies, no outside babies, you don't give a hoe no money, and you don't bring me no diseases, I don't give a damn what you do with your little peety weedy. I really don't care because I'm so happy with my life and living how I like to live that, who cares?
I'm gonna let Medina. I'm gonna let you jump in, but I want to ask a question before I let you jump in real quick because we know that you got situations that you may or may not want to speak on. But for a woman's perspective, for the men, when a man cheat, what inside is it that make y'all feel like it's something that y'all did?
I think it's how they go about it. Let me tell you something. If my husband, because I knew he was a cheater from day one.
Would you rather?
His mother told me.
Would you rather know or not know?
Yes,
That's the real question.
I'd rather know.
You would rather
Tell
know
me.
than not know.
Yes, I would rather know because see, if I find out later down the road, then I feel betrayed. I feel like you didn't have that to do when all you had to do was tell, hey babe, there's this girl around the corner. Oh my God.
Miss
Now
Don.
this is the thing.
Miss Don.
I'm dead serious.
Miss Don.
I am dead
now,
serious.
you've been married 38 years.
38 years.
In the first 3 years, if he would have said that, what's the realisticness of you being cool with that?
I would have been cool with it because when I met him, like I said, his mother, everyone around him told me he was a cheater. So me being a woman, I was like, I can fix that. I could help him. I can handle that. And so that's where I went in for. But what I didn't know, what I know now at 60, well, I found out like at 48, I found that if I would have had this thought back then, I would have never gone into that depression that I went into.
That's
because
good.
I knew he was a cheater, but he told me he would never cheat on me. You see, so
he messed up.
lied.
I ain't lying to y'all. I ain't lying.
That's why I'd rather just know the truth. Because guess what? I'll say it. When I left him,
you told him.
When I left, I said, "Let me tell you something. I don't play little league. I play big league." I said, "So you keep cheating with these girls underneath my feet, I'm going to get someone bigger and better than you.
They got a bigger
So
bag.
can you handle that? Because if you can, then we both can cheat."
When y'all after you did what you did, he did what he did. When y'all got back together, how did he act after y'all got back together?
When I got back, while I was gone, he was crying every day. "Oh, please come back, please come back." Then when I got back, first thing he did was cheat again. That's what sent me into the depression, okay? Because I let go of something. Let me tell you something. I've been a praying woman my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever I make a decision to leave or whatever, it's always a God-given decision. It's always, I ask God first. So when I left, God gave me something better. God gave me something so great that when I ended up going back to my husband, I felt it was the karma, it was the punishment that put me in the depression because he gave me something better, what I asked for, and I went back to what I had.
Ooh, Medina, you want to jump in and say anything on that? On any part of that situation, whether it's about, you know what I mean, your rules on cheating now that you know what's up, now that you know you a seasoned veteran in this game.
I mean, everything that she's saying resonates, and I like the fact that she sheds light on God can give you permission to leave and do whatever, but you still have free will,
Right.
and both. Neither one of them was necessarily cursed. So she went back to her husband, and God blessed that also. And he blessed her in her exit. So the favor is on her wherever she goes. And that's kind of my belief right now. And that's where I am. I'm not really concerned about leaving because, once again, I didn't leave without asking God.
That's right.
I didn't leave without asking him, Lord, okay, show me what I need to see so that I can move how I need to move.
Right.
Like, you've heard the story. I told you the story of, I didn't text my husband cheating. He called me and told me where he was and asked me to come, even though he was somewhere he had no business being.
Let me interject.
But he asked
real
you
quick.
to come?
Let me say,
asked.
we cut this spot out. So this dumb nigga was supposed to be at work. He got caught. His car broke down, and he called her. He got in an accident. He wrecked his car and called her to come out there for whatever reason. And he had been cheating. And I'm gonna tell you how smart she is, right? He got in a wreck. She goes inside the car and see a receipt for 2 meals at Applebee's. Is how she caught this nigga.
Because they're slow like that. This is the thing.
I was sleeping at home in my bed. He was supposed to be at work. I would have never
They
known.
tell on themselves.
But when you have a woman who prays and
That's
has
right.
favor,
That's
you gotta be careful. So
Y'all
I'm
niggas
not
gotta cheat better.
right. For real.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
But you are right. A lady that has favor, that's
I'm
right.
tell you, there is nothing he could have done because we were married 10 years. I'm sure that was not his first time.
Right.
I'm sure he got away with way worse.
Right.
And I was way closer to catching him.
Right.
But I was not trying to catch anything.
Right.
I had a conversation with God and asked him to reveal something.
That's
to
right.
me.
That's right.
That's exactly what he did.
Be
So
careful
that's
what
why
you
I
pray
was
for.
like, oh,
Just make sure you're ready to handle it. That's all.
I feel like if I select another husband and that don't work out, I can get another one. Like, if that's what I want, that's my heart's desire. So I just know what all comes along with it. Like, everything that she's saying that she had to come to terms with. Now, I'm not going to tell no story. If he came to me within the first 3 years and was like, hey, it's somebody down there and I really, really like her, I would probably say, well, you go ahead. But at the same time, 3 years in, he wasn't that great of a provider yet.
Right. Right.
So he didn't have skin in the game for me to place that type of value on where he was at that moment.
That's right.
The
And then
value
you
was
could have made a
after
choice.
I had
Right.
given my years and put my blood, sweat, and tears into, because if you have a good woman, you're automatically going to be better.
Yes,
A good woman
that's right.
makes you better.
Facts.
Period. He's better now.
So
Somebody
saying
out there
that.
probably enjoying the fruits of my labor, and I'm fine with that.
So saying
right.
that. Go ahead. I want to transition real quick because I want to keep you talking. Saying that the ladies, it say a good woman make a better man.
Yeah.
Why the fuck is there so many bad men out here? That mean y'all ain't doing your job then, according to her. But I want
Well,
you
maybe
to.
they should choose better. Maybe the men should choose better because the men who have good women are
Right.
better.
That's right.
Believe that.
Touch on this, and I'm gonna turn it over to both of y'all. I wanna switch. I want you to tell the story with your daughter, but I want you to touch on the topic real quick, Medina, of talking about know your shit. If you could just break that down and tell the young ladies, because I want Miss Dawn to speak to the young ladies too. Just knowing your shit. Talk about that of what you feel like knowing your shit is. This segment right here is know your shit. Go ahead and talk your talk.
Well, it's just as I understand at this point in life that nobody's perfect. Everybody is imperfect. But however, just like Miss Dawn said that she knew her husband was a cheater. That was her shit. Okay, whether or not he told her he was going to cheat on her, he was going to be faithful, she knew that that was something she had to deal with that man, and she chose to deal with it. That was what she was like, look, he's good enough, I'm going to take that. Every man has his shit. 9 times out of 10, cheating is going to be one of them. So you have to wrap your head around, like, it's nothing to do with you as a woman. Don't go out here trying to compete. Don't go out here trying to chase a man.
And please don't go out here and try to outdo
Fuck
him.
Yeah.
Outfuck. Yeah, I wasn't, but yes.
You ain't gotta say that,
because
but outsleep
that
with
is
him.
the truth. Because a man gets another notch in his belt. A woman gets a title, a hoe. So don't ever sleep with someone to get back at him. That's out.
Just allowing these men, you're messing up your numbers and your
Yeah.
pH and everything else.
Yeah, everything.
When you could just be out here improving yourself, because as that man, as you increase your value, whether a man says it or not, he sees it.
Mm-hmm.
He sees it.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows it. He knows that he's going to have to work harder and
That's
harder.
right.
You gotta
To
step
keep
his game up. Facts.
He got to step his game up, because one thing about it, women cheat up. Well, smart
That's
women do.
right. We're very smart with that.
We cheat up. And God has never taken anything from me without giving me sliding through with a really good
That's
replacement.
right. That's right.
So men have to be wary, because I've seen men's second wives and they don't always
Never.
fare so with the second time around.
No, I agree. So young ladies, what she's saying is know your shit. Know what you're willing to deal with. She's saying 9 out
Know
of
your
10
worth.
times that niggas is gonna cheat. Niggas is gonna come with certain things. There's no perfect nigga, as I was talking earlier. There's no unicorn man out here. The man that y'all looking for do not exist. Y'all looking for this man y'all never seen in y'all family at all.
And once you know your shit, make sure he's worth you dealing with it. Don't go out here and get some broke man
Right.
who's gonna cheat, because you might as well get a rich man.
That's right.
I mean,
Go for him,
Don't
because
do it.
problems are problems, but it's easier dealing with money with them problems than to be broke with them problems, okay?
Yeah.
so,
Ms. Don, tell your story real quick, and then I want you to give some advice to the young ladies of the way you see it. If you could talk to the younger you, tell the story about what you told me about your daughter when she
Okay.
went to the gas station quick.
Both my daughters are beautiful, but my youngest, she's like my mini-me. She really is. And I really thought she was just going to take after my little
How old is she?
She's 29.
Okay, go ahead.
But I really thought she was going to take after my little gold digging steps in stilettos, but she didn't. And so what happened was she was at the gas station, and she called me. She was so upset. Mommy, I can't believe what just happened. I said, well, what happened, Chloe? She said, this man tried to pay for my gas at the gas station. I have money, Mommy. And I said, Chloe, that was a compliment, baby. He was trying to, can I just pay for your gas? Anything. Just let me do something for you. That's what he was saying. She was, oh, I have my own money, and I didn't need him to do that. I said, so what did you do? I told the gas clerk, give him back his money. I'll pay for my own gas. And I just said, Chloe, oh my God. Go ahead.
This is
Number one,
this
she
is-
could have saved her own cash, okay, for something she wanted to do with it, and let this man who was trying to tell her in so many words how beautiful, please, just let me pay for your gas. I would have taken that as a compliment, and guess what? That would have made my whole day. I would have said, girl, guess what happened to me today?
See?
You know what I'm saying? You don't look at that as something bad, because it wasn't bad. He was making a good gesture. He was making a, like telling her how beautiful she was without saying it. And she took offense to it.
See, so this is what we dealing with. As me and her were talking before you got in here, I was saying 80% of them need to be thrown away, like they just contaminated. It's what we working with out here. Not saying your daughter got to be thrown away, but if she
No.
don't change her mindset, you
Right.
dig, it ain't gonna work out for
Well,
the best.
she's gonna have a struggle. And my thing is, she's so beautiful that why struggle? You know what I'm saying? I told her, I said, if I had a dad, because her dad, I
Is
pushed
well
him
off.
all the way to the top, okay? All the way. And so if I had a dad like that, I'd be in Dubai somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I'd be traveling. I'd be seeing the world. I would, whatever. She had a dad to do that. My dad was a doctor back in my day, but he was the one that, oh, you're going to be a doctor like me, or if you want me to pay for something, it has to be, his way or no
Right,
way or the
right.
highway. So I chose the highway. I was like, you know what, peace. I'm at it. I'm out of here.
So what now that you got your experience, and I want to hear from both of y'all real quick. Now that you got the experience that you have knowing men, and if you can actually give women who are not contaminated a understanding what would save them 10, 15 years of headache, save them the depression that you went through and the heartache, how would you tell them to pick men and how to carry themselves to make themselves more valuable?
Well, I would start off with you have to know your worth.
And how do they know that though? Like let's just break it down. How do they know their worth?
It comes from inside of you, really. I always knew I was worth $1 million. I looked like a million, so I felt like $1 million. So I just always, I wouldn't let like someone come up and say, "Oh, you're so beautiful. You want to go home with me?" Hell no. What you got? No. I don't just go like that. So I never went for my looks because you can lose your looks. You know what I'm saying? You can get hit by a car, bus, whatever. So I just always went with my heart. And because I've always been a praying person, my grandmother taught me when I was a kid.
So one thing is praying. Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna add that, put that up on the screen.
and
Praying.
So
Keep
God
going.
let me know my value.
There we go.
God let me know my value. And I knew it was, like I used to say I was a diamond. And, not to put anyone else down, but I mean, you are what you are to be, you're now becoming. So I guess with that being said, I guess just praying. God.
That's the key. And for any relationship, in my book, the first part of it, I say the key to this is ask God, and then I say really you can close this book. But since most of y'all not, y'all can continue reading. If you ask God, you could really cancel out a lot of other things. Then
Really?
I want you to
Ask him for everything.
I want you to jump in and just say, what would you tell rather the younger version of yourself or the younger ladies some game that they can get because they're not winning right now. They're losing and they're bragging about losing. They catching crazy body counts out here. They won't let a nigga do nothing for them, so they killed chivalry. What game would you give?
For me, I would just say require something. I know a lot of times you say require marriage. Well, even something practical when you're dating, whether it's a tank of gas, whether it's meals, men treat you how they feel about you. See how they feel about you before you move forward. And people say men don't have emotional intelligence. Yes, they do. If you like something, make him aware of what you like and you'll get it.
Mm-hmm.
Or he doesn't like you like that and move on. But don't get discouraged and not require something. You have to require something, and in
Set
requiring
boundaries.
something, you have to provide, you have to show your value.
Thank
And,
you. And how do they do that? Now we speak on, the requirement. How do they make themselves more valuable as far as what do they do as far as showing their value? What advice would you give as far as showing value? Because real
You
quick,
can show.
go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I was just
No,
gonna
sorry.
say, I was gonna say we had a discussion about how many women can't say that they cook, clean, or wash clothes before they had sex. They gave sex first, so they think that was going to be the value. Tell them how to create value outside of sex.
Well, I mean, first of all, different men may find different value in certain things. I know some men who love women who scream about being independent. They like that.
Not here on this
Not
podcast.
very
We can't
many.
stand you bitches, but keep going.
Not very many, but maybe not scream about being independent, but show independent.
That's
And
different.
a lot of times, a lot of the men I know will step in to ease the load. But showing your value is showing your heart. So don't be so afraid to show your heart. If you're a good person, if you're nurturing by nature, we're women. So don't be afraid to make a plate if you're at a cookout. You don't have to necessarily cook. If you can't cook, then don't. Learn.
I couldn't
on your
cook.
own.
I'm just going.
But yeah, if you
But,
can't
I
cook,
couldn't
then
cook.
don't. Order some food though. You can order some food.
But I always
You
put his
can-
food on the plate. Oh,
Right. You can put the food on a plate. You can right now we have a million chefs that'll come into your home and cook. You can plate it nicely. You can draw bath. You can give a massage. It's nothing wrong with being a woman. And I'm not saying don't spend your money on him in the beginning.
That's her opinion.
Don't
Okay,
spend your
that's her
money.
opinion. You got her own.
Don't spend your money on men. No,
I
as a
don't.
woman,
As a woman, do not
court
spend your
men.
money on a man. Right.
Do not court
So hold
men.
on. We're gonna have to pause, even though this is your own thing. So y'all don't show gestures. I'm not saying quarter
I
man.
buy
Y'all
him
don't.
a birthday gift.
Yeah, I
buy
mean,
him
y'all
birthday,
wouldn't
but
something
that's it.
to show, and we don't really need the money. To be honest, we really don't need y'all to spend no money
Exactly.
on us.
I'm not saying
If you do, you're not working.
but let me clarify
They
it.
do have men like that.
I'm not saying if you are on your way to meet somebody and you're filling up your tank, you got to have him send you money for your gas. I'm saying don't try to win.
Buy
There's a lot of
him.
women
Right.
who
Thank
try
you.
to
Don't buy
win
him.
men's affection by gifts.
Right.
Oh,
Okay.
he's buying him
Do not.
this Versace
In the beginning.
outfit. I'm buying him a pair of shoes.
Right.
Allow him to buy you some things.
Right.
First, especially, but even in a relationship, I bought my husband birthday gifts. I bought him Christmas gifts that were probably large, but on a regular, and if I saw something that I liked, of course, I picked it up for him, but he had skin in the game. It wasn't like, I don't feel any type of way to this day about anything that I purchased for him. But if I'm dating somebody, I'm not buying a man. That is, like you said, I'm going to allow him to be chivalrous and buy me things. But I'm going to show my heart. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to show gestures. And it's not tit for tat. It's just as a woman out here, you asking me what to tell the young girls, stop it, because they do. They're out here spending their money and they don't even have it like that.
Yeah.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. I'm with you because we talking about it in the beginning. We ain't talking about being with somebody. You had something.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm telling what these young people are out here doing. They're buying these guys. Valentine's Day, I'm seeing girls
But not even good guys.
Any guy.
Right. It's any
If
guy.
you have a good man, dude, that's what I'm saying. You show your heart. If your heart says buy him a pair of Christian Louboutins, buy them. If you have a good man and he's shown himself good to you, why not? But if you're starting out, don't spend your money on a man. You can show him what you have to offer.
So
When
is
it's
she
not-
allowed to cook and clean and wash clothes before she get a box up? Because I get the box on the first day. So is that
That's the other problem. See, women need to stop that. Okay, we're not supposed to have sex on the first date. Period. Number one, that right there shows something. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how would I know who you are? How do I know if you're even that's what the problem is. If you really want me to, it's because women aren't taking time to be friends first. They're sleeping first.
But guys would be okay with not having sex on the first date and not pressing it.
I know you
if
would.
there were other things coming behind. If I done took you out twice, it's okay to say, hey, I'm gonna invite you over for a meal. It's okay if we've been hanging out for a month and like I said, you got a pile of clothes. It don't cost the stuff that men want costs no money.
Right.
Like if I got my own food, it's okay you to cook. If the house a little messy, I'm not saying hands and knees real clean. I'm saying some straightening up in the beginning. I'm saying those type small gestures will take a girl a long way to make a nigga wait. Like, man, you know what? Shorty just washed my clothes and folded them. Nah, I ain't hit it yet, but I'm finna take her out and I'm finna do something even bigger. And y'all
But
can
some
keep
men
that up. Go
wanna-
ahead.
You have to turn on your intuition. Some man who wants that and who likes that, they want a mother. Some men want that and like that, want a wife.
Well, that
So
hold
you
on.
have to You have
Go
to
ahead.
determine and distinguish the men from the boys.
Okay,
So
we're
I-
talking about the
that's why you have to
men. We're
turn
talking
on your
about the men.
intuition.
We're not talking about the boys. We're talking about the men. We're not. So in this conversation, we ain't
But
talking
boys
about the
are
little
dating
boys.
too.
So
They dating too. So,
so
women need to determine.
right. That's why we asked y'all the game. We're talking about how to find a man. We already told them you got to be able to provide, protect, and have a vision. So them bases, you know what I mean, it's usually man things. So I mean, I understand everything that you're saying. You know what I mean, want to make sure the playing field is understandable. If you cooking and cleaning, that usually when a woman left her house, the man became her father and he was the provider and the protector, because everything that a husband does besides sleep with her is what a father does. He protects, he provides, and he has a vision. Everything that the woman does, she cooks, she washed my clothes, she cleaned the house up. They switch in roles. So there's a mother and father, and I don't know, incest crazy shit, but that's what you're supposed to have, which is nurturing. Your mother nurtured you. If you get hurt, my wife used to make sure I'm straight. Like, she gonna, patch me up, make sure I'm good, baby me a little bit. You know what I mean? It's not that we looking for mothers. We're looking for that same nurturing. Y'all not necessarily looking for fathers, but both of y'all said, I want a provider. I don't want to have to go to work. If the door ringing at 2:00 in the morning, nigga, don't send me down there. You go down there and see what's going on. So those are the things that mothers and fathers that do. I get your point saying like, hey, some niggas just want a mother around, but I don't think it's as extreme as women say it is. Like, he want a mother. Nah, he just want a nurturing woman that's around. If he's not able to provide, you shouldn't even be dealing with that kind of person. But well, go ahead and interject. You had something to say, Ms. Dunn.
But this is the other thing. There's a lot of undercover people out here which are called narcissists. And narcissists, they know what they're doing. They seek good women out. And that's when I see a lot of women where they get trapped, where they get, where they're being taken advantage of and all this kind of stuff, is because it's a narcissist relationship.
Well, hold on. Let's look up narcissist. How do I spell narcissist?
NAR, yeah.
Let's see what this means. Having an excessive
Listen.
or erotic interest in oneself and one's physical appearance. So how they getting finessed then?
No, the
Listen,
men are
Ed.
finessers.
Go ahead.
They're the
Narcissists, you cannot, like, you would be Googling all day. It's
You
so
really will.
intricate,
Yes.
the way that they operate. It's not a one
But how
behavior.
are women getting
An
finessed?
entire-
They're getting
because
gaslight.
it's an entire life.
Right. It's a way of life.
It's a lifestyle.
That's right.
The narcissist is a personality type. It's
Yes.
almost like sociopathic.
Yes. Most
in
sociopaths
nature,
are
and a
narcissists.
lot of-
Yes.
But that's easy to see. You're saying something which I understand. Okay, he's a narcissist. He's only talking about himself. It says having an excessive or erotic interest in oneself and one's physical appearance. That's the definition
That's
that
You're
it says.
oversimplifying it. You're oversimplifying it.
Okay,
because
so what
narcissists-
happens? Break it down real simple, real small, just because we got time limits restraints right now. But break down what you feel like narcissist is and how it plays out if you can.
Me,
Yes,
from what
you.
I've observed for the narcissist that I know who's in a relationship right now, it starts out as they are extremely kind.
Nice. Yes.
They are extremely generous, and the generosity does not stop.
Yes.
Okay, the generosity goes through the duration
Mm-hmm.
of the relationship. They
They're liars. They lie.
they're big lies.
That's right.
They tell lifestyle lies. They tell life
that's
lies.
right. That's right. That's right.
So how don't
Like,
women see
I
this?
don't
Y'all
have
say
any
that y'all
children,
so
but
smart.
they
How
have-
y'all don't see this? How do y'all get caught up in some shit
because
like
they,
this?
They come as a knight in shining armor.
I got it. Y'all not praying. Case closed. If they would have prayed, they wouldn't have been involved with them.
No. Because I was a praying woman and one hit me. So, but they're charmers, they're charisma. They come in at you because they already know, 9 times out of 10, they've already looked you up. They've already researched you.
Which is smart.
Well, yeah, I mean, it could be.
Y'all should be researching y'all men and y'all women
And
out
they
here.
should.
Then y'all won't be having headaches later on.
Right, that's true. That's true.
Listen, they give you enough transparency
Yeah,
to inspire your trust,
yeah,
and you will find out bits and pieces
yeah.
over years of time.
I like
Hey,
these.
that's
I like
already
these.
what-
I like these niggas. These niggas is the ultimate
No,
finesse.
it's really
You
not.
would,
It's
you would
horrible.
love them. But the
Yeah.
thing is, you'll love them.
Yeah.
They're likable. If they come to
They
this
are
circle,
likable.
everybody loves them.
Yes.
If they go to this circle, everybody loves them. Oh, they're buying dinner.
Mhm.
They're paying for everybody's drinks. They're paying your rent.
Mhm.
They're buying you cars. They're doing everything.
But they're
and
control
they're
freaks at the same time.
Mhm.
And now
Mhm.
comes in all the demands that you can't do this, you can't go here.
Mhm.
But isn't that any man that's providing, he gonna have some rules and regulations to his kingdom though? So if you're a part of a kingdom, my philosophy is this: a man don't join a woman's kingdom, a woman joins a man's kingdom. So whatever his kingdom is about, I think that there's an operation of what he operate on as far as the way that we move, and it's a unit thing. Like, this is the way that we move. This is what we're going to do. So is that controlling? I think, see, my thought is controlling. Like, you can't wear this. You got to do this, da da da. But if it's like we don't go there because that's not a good look for us, because the kingdom is a brand in itself of we don't operate certain ways. So is that controlling, or is that just having?
No, they're control freaks. They're control freaks to the point where don't do as I do as I say. Like, they can do whatever they want, but you can't, and you can see it.
Ain't that a kingdom though?
No,
The king can do what he wants, but the queen can't.
no. The queen. Have you seen King and Queen movies? The queen does her stuff too.
Yeah, the queen definitely does what
And
she
they
does,
sleep in
but
different rooms.
oh no, I ain't doing none of that.
The king is in one side of the castle, the queen's in the other. She has her little things that come and visit her too. But no, a finesser, a narcissist, he's more ruthless than that. He knows what he's doing. He isolates the person.
Now that's when I believe
Okay.
they narcissists
Right.
when they start
They
doing the
isolate.
isolating
Right.
people,
That's what they
because I
do.
know a homegirl who's been isolated for
Right.
about 2 years. We was like this.
Right.
This nigga came along,
Right.
and I was like one of the last ones to go. All her homegirls,
Yeah.
her nieces,
Yeah.
even
She's still in that relationship.
yeah,
You need to help her
I can't.
because she can't get out of it.
I can't help
that's
her.
that's the thing about
Like that's my dog. We was like super close, like before he came along, and now he want to move her out of town. He already moved her way out.
Right. So pray for her.
Yeah, that's the only
Pray
thing
and
I
help-
can
help
do.
that God can help her ease away from where her situation.
Yeah, because
Because it gets very ugly.
she's getting to the point she
It
want to
gets very
leave.
ugly.
She's starting to reach back out to
Yeah.
people. If she ever reach out to me, I snatch her up. I be like, you could come this way, because he's soft. He ain't
Yeah,
gonna
but
do
you
nothing.
know what?
But
It
he's
could
strong
probably
to
end
her.
up going back.
Yeah, that's the
See,
thing,
this
and
is the
she'll
thing.
probably go
they
back.
only fight. They're not going to fight a man. They're going to mentally, physically, emotionally beat her up. That's what a narcissist.
But see, she didn't want to have a baby with this nigga, so now they tied to life forever. She
Well,
ain't-
he's gonna say, "Oh well."
That's
After
what they
all
do.
I've
He'll
done,
keep her pregnant.
I just can't believe narcissists. And another thing they won't do, they never self-reflect. Nothing is ever.
Okay, I was starting
Never
to think
their
I was
fault.
a narcissist because
Never their
I
fault.
self-reflect a lot. No, it's never their fault.
It's never their fault. Never. It's always.
Well, I wanna before we shut down, because they telling me I only got a few minutes. I want to speak on how you can't be in a relationship and be independent. You could touch on it if you want, both of y'all, before we get out of here. I'm gonna read the definition of independent. Y'all can tell me if it's possible. From independent means free from outside control, not depending on another's authority. Right there, you can't even be in a relationship. You're not dependent on another's authority. Not depending on another one for livelihood, meaning you can't have none of his resources or what he do or substance. So it is literally impossible to be in a relationship and holler independence, because if you're in a relationship, y'all dependent on each other's livelihood and each other's subsistence for y'all to codependent. I think we are interdependent and not independent. When we got away from Great Britain and became America, we wasn't subject to their tax, we wasn't subject to their rules, to their narcissism of controlling. But to be independent and be in a relationship, to me, it doesn't even go well together, because you're free from outside control. You're not depending on another's authority. If your man is your head, he's not your God, but he has some authority over you, because wherever your authority is, that's where your protection is. So what he is saying, don't go here, don't go that, sometimes you're stepping outside of what he feel like he could protect you from. Then it says that you're not depending on another's livelihood or substances. That means you can't get no money from this man. You can't live with it. You can't do anything if you're not depending on his livelihood or his subsistence. So I don't feel like a woman can be independent. She can be self-sufficient, which we're all adults, but I don't feel like you could be independent, because it's basically saying I'm my own island. I'm building my own food. I'm growing everything. So Cuba can be independent, because if they're not requiring nothing from any outside country, you're independent from them. But if y'all feel different, go ahead and touch in, and then we're gonna wrap up, because they finna change some cards and stuff on here. So let me hear. I'm gonna start with Don, then Medina. I'm gonna let you close it out.
I feel I'm independent. I feel that it's our money. You know what I'm saying? Because we're married. It's our money. I help him to make it. I'm the force behind him that keeps pushing him. Matter of fact, I have a sign outside of this door, and it says, "Behind every great man is a woman rolling her eyes." because she knows she pushed him to that
Facts.
point. You know what I'm saying?
But
She helped.
it's your money. So you're saying
It's
what you're
ours.
saying
I'm
though
still
is
independent. I have my own mind. I have my own
right.
own car
So I think we're using the word independence
in different ways.
in different ways, and I want to change the word or have people take it out their vocabulary, because what you're explaining is an independence. You have your own mind. That's not an independence. That's just being an individual.
No, but I have like my own independence to think on my own, to, you know what I'm saying? Like yes, my husband, he provides and he pays for everything, but it's our money.
Agreeable. If you've helped it, that's what I did. We're saying the same thing a
Yeah.
different way. I just think that's self-sufficient. Like, you got your own thought process. I don't think there's no human being that don't think for themselves. They may follow someone else, but I think that the independence is not needing anyone. Independent to me is you're not depending on no one. I'm gonna let Medina. They telling me we got 30 seconds. Go ahead and jump in, Medina, before I wrap up.
Well, I mean, independence, we get caught up on the verbiage, but I think what Ms. Dawn is saying is, and I feel the same way, I'm showing up as a complete whole individual. And I show up complete, and I'm an asset to myself and to you. Meaning, a lot of times when women say they're independent, that is what they mean. Now, I think society has taken the word independent and made it a bad thing.
Yeah, so I think we need to change the word. We're going to figure out a new word for y'all to call yourselves, because independent, it's not that I just don't like it. By definition, it's not even feasible for any of us to be independent. We could be interdependent. But this is the ugly truth. Shout out to everybody that's watching. Go to traptoursofAtlanta.com to book your party bus. Go to the playbook. Check out my social media if you want to learn how to rehab houses, flip houses, make 100 bands in a month. No rap cap. You only need a few $1,000s. I want to appreciate Miss Donna for coming out, sharing her stories. I want to thank Miss Medina for coming out, sharing her stories. We're going to take a quick intermediate break real quick. Let them get everything set up in here, shoot a commercial in here, and we're going to keep chopping it up, all right? Yeah. This to my little baby. I love waking up next to her. Ain't no better feeling in this world, you heard me?
Good